Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever looked at someone wildly successful and thought, what do they have that I don't? It's not just talent. It's not luck. The truth is the difference between the 2% who achieve their dreams and the 98% who don't isn't something extraordinary. It's a series of simple, intentional. The first difference lies in vision. The 2% know where they're going. They wake up with purpose and see their future clearly, even when no one else does. The 98%, they often wander through life unsure of what they truly want, settling for good enough. But let me tell you this, good enough will never unlock. Next comes discipline. Success is rarely glamorous. It's waking up early when no one's watching, saying no to distractions, and pushing through when it feels impossible. The 98% may want success, but they lack the commitment to do what it takes every single day. Then there's the mindset. The 2% don't let failure stop them. They learn from it. They know that failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the process. Meanwhile, the 98% let fear or rejection keep them in their comfort zone, too scared to even try. But vision, discipline, and mindset mean nothing without action. The 2% take the leap. They don't wait for perfect conditions or someone else's approval. The 98%, they hesitate. They wait for the right time, but that never comes. Finally, let's talk about influence. The 2% surround themselves with people who lift them higher. They know that who you walk with determines how far you'll go. But the 98% often stay in environments that drain them. Negative voices, toxic relationships, and stagnant energy. So, why do 2% succeed while 98% don't? It's not about intelligence or luck. It's about vision, discipline, mindset, action, and influence. The good news? Every one of us can choose to be part of the 2%. Today, decide to see the vision before it's visible. Stay disciplined when no one's cheering. Embrace the setbacks as stepping stones. Take the action you've been putting off and choose your circle wisely. Remember, success isn't for the chosen few. It's for those who choose to rise. Will you? Vision is the foundation of success. Before anyone else can believe in you, you have to believe in your dream. The 2% don't wait for someone to hand them a roadmap. They create it. They have a clear image of what their future looks like, even if the path is foggy. A person with vision sees the potential in the seed before it grows into a tree. They imagine the harvest, while others only see the dirt. Without vision, life becomes a series of reactions to what's happening instead of intentional steps toward where you want to go. The 2% understand that clarity brings confidence. When you know your purpose, you walk differently, you talk differently, you make decisions that align with the future you're building. But the 98% often lack this clarity. They drift, unsure of what they want, settling for whatever comes their way. Without a vision, it's easy to get caught up in distractions or follow someone else's dream. But when your purpose is clear, every yes and no becomes a deliberate choice, moving you closer to your goal. Here's the truth. Life will throw obstacles your way, but vision keeps you going. The 2% don't quit when things get tough, because they're focused on where they're headed. When the road gets bumpy, they don't abandon the journey. They adjust their steps. Why? Because their purpose is bigger than their pain. The 98% often give up because they lose sight of why they started in the first place. But when you're driven by a vision, you see every challenge as a stepping stone, not a stopping point. Having a vision isn't just about dreaming big. It's about working towards it every day. The 2% don't just think about their goals. They take intentional steps to make them happen. They write it down, break it into actionable pieces, and let that vision guide their daily decisions. Vision without action is just a fantasy, but when combined with effort, it becomes unstoppable. The 98% often fall into the trap of waiting for inspiration, waiting for motivation, waiting for a perfect time. But the 2% understand that the time to act is now, because every small step moves them closer to the vision they hold so clearly. Discipline is the invisible force that transforms dreams into reality. It's easy to set goals and talk about big plans, but the 2% understand that success comes from doing the hard work even when the excitement fades. Discipline means showing up consistently on the days when you feel motivated, and more importantly, on the days when you don't. While the 98% might rely on fleeting bursts of inspiration, the 2% create routines and habits that keep them moving forward no matter what. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Commitment means staying loyal to your goal long after the initial excitement wears off. The 2% know that success is a long game, not a sprint. They stay focused, even when progress feels slow or obstacles appear insurmountable. Commitment isn't about being perfect, it's about being persistent. The 98%, on the other hand, often lose steam when the journey gets tough. They switch gears, abandon their goals, or make excuses. But the 2% remain steadfast, fueled by their unwavering determination to finish what they started. Discipline often means giving up what's easy or comfortable in favor of what's necessary. The 2% are willing to say no to distractions, instant gratification, or unhealthy habits because they understand the long-term reward. They wake up early, stay late, and prioritize their goals over temporary pleasures. The 98% struggle with this because sacrifice feels hard in the moment, but the 2% embrace the discomfort, knowing it's a small price to pay for the life they're building. Discipline isn't about deprivation, it's about choosing what matters most. The 2% aren't extraordinary people. They've simply mastered the art of discipline and commitment. These traits allow them to outlast the competition and stay the course when others give up. Every great success story is built on small, consistent actions repeated over time. The 98% often underestimate the power of consistency, hoping for quick fixes or shortcuts. But the 2% know there's no substitute for hard work. Discipline and commitment don't just make success possible, they make it inevitable. When you commit to doing the work day in and day out, you unlock the potential to achieve more than you ever imagined. The 2% approach challenges as opportunities to grow, not obstacles to fear. They understand that every setback is a setup for something greater. While the 98% see failure as a signal to stop, the 2% see it as a chance to learn, adapt, and try again. This mindset allows them to stretch beyond their comfort zones where true growth happens. A growth mindset transforms problems into puzzles and obstacles into stepping stones, making even the toughest situations a part of the journey to success. The 2% are lifelong learners. They don't see success as a destination, but as a process of constant improvement. They seek knowledge, welcome feedback, and remain open to new ideas even when it challenges their existing beliefs. The 98% often resist change, sticking to what they already know and fearing the unknown. But the 2% understand that growth requires humility, the willingness to admit you don't know everything, and the courage to learn, whether it's reading books, taking courses, or simply learning from life's experiences. The 2% make personal development a daily habit. A growth mindset equips the 2% with resilience, the ability to bounce back stronger after setbacks. They don't dwell on failures, they analyze them, learn the lessons, and move forward. The 98%, however, may allow failures to define them, feeling defeated or stuck. The 2% understand that failure is not a reflection of their worth, but a stepping stone towards success. And with this perspective, they remain optimistic and adaptable, knowing that every detour has the potential to lead them closer to their goals. The 2% believe that their abilities are not fixed. They can grow, improve, and evolve. This belief in their potential drives them to take risks, dream bigger, and push limits. The 98%, on the other hand, often feel trapped by self-imposed limitations or a fear of failure. A growth mindset liberates the 2%, empowering them to see every situation as a chance to improve. They know that they don't have to be the best right now. They just have to be better than they were yesterday. This relentless pursuit of growth unlocks doors that others don't even see. Dreams remain dreams until you take action. The 2% understand that success doesn't come from wishing, waiting, or hoping. It comes from doing. They take the first step, no matter how small, knowing that momentum builds with movement. The 98% often hesitate, waiting perfect moment that never arrives. But the 2% know that progress doesn't require perfection. It requires action. Every decision, every step forward, no matter how uncertain, brings them closer to their goals. Action is what transforms vision into reality. The 2% take action even when it's uncomfortable. They know that growth doesn't happen in the safety of their comfort zones. Fear of failure, rejection, or uncertainty paralyzes many of the 98%, but the 2% move forward despite their fears. They take risks, embrace challenges, and step into the unknown because they believe the reward is worth the effort. Action isn't always easy. It's often messy, unpredictable, and even scary. But the 2% push through, knowing that staying still guarantees one thing: staying the same. Taking action isn't about grand gestures or occasional bursts of effort. It's about consistent, deliberate steps every day. The 2% commit to the small, repetitive actions that lead to big results over time. Whether it's making a phone call, practicing a skill, or working on a project for 30 minutes. They understand the power of compounding effort. The 98% often struggle with consistency, starting strong but losing momentum when the initial excitement fades. The 2% stay disciplined in their actions, knowing that steady progress always beats sporadic effort. Potential is meaningless without action. The 2% don't just think about what they could achieve, they act on it. They understand that every idea, dream, or plan is worthless unless it's put into motion. The 98% often get stuck in analysis paralysis, overthinking and doubting their next move. The 2%, however, don't wait for the perfect conditions. They work with what they have. Taking action unlocks opportunities, opens doors, and builds the path to achievement. It's not enough to dream, you must do. The 2% understand a powerful truth. The people and environments around you shape your mindset, habits, and ultimately your success. They choose to surround themselves with individuals who inspire, uplift, and challenge them to grow. Positive influence creates a ripple effect, pushing them toward their goals. The 98%, however, often remain in environments that drain their energy or keep them stagnant, whether it's toxic relationships or unsupportive surroundings. They fail to recognize that the company you keep has a direct impact on the life you lead. Your environment plays a critical role in your ability to succeed. The 2% intentionally create surroundings that reflect their goals and dreams. They seek out communities, mentors, and friends who encourage their growth and keep them accountable. From workplaces to social circles, they ensure their surroundings align with the future they're building. The 2% are careful about the voices they listen to because they understand the power of influence. They seek advice from those who have walked the path before them, learning from their wisdom and avoiding common pitfalls. The 98% may let the wrong influences dictate their decisions. People who discourage their dreams, feed their fears, or impose limiting beliefs. You don't. The 2% guard their minds, choosing mentors, leaders, and friends who believe in their vision and push them to rise higher. They know that influence can either propel them forward or paralyze them with doubt.